Hello Chain Gang, welcome back to the Four Chains and a special request video today, which is we've had some inquiries as to how that we monetize and earn money with YouTube Shorts. So let me first of all say what this video is not. I know I could get way more views by putting a snappy title that says, earn $40,000 a month making YouTube Shorts or something, some outrageous number to grab people's attention. I'm not going to do that, and here's why. I'm going to tell you a story as to how we got into YouTube Shorts, and as part of that process, we watched a bunch of those videos. And the lesson learned that they said on the video that seemed so legitimate did not translate into real life. And I started looking at the channels that those videos were talking about, and in several cases the views and subscribers that they were claiming for that channel did not exist, and in other situations the channel didn't even exist, which means one of two things. Either, best case scenario, what they were saying actually did happen and they got those views for a period of time and then YouTube caught them and that was the end of that channel, or it was complete BS and the channel never existed in the first place. So this video is targeted to a very specific audience. Somebody who is interested in making YouTube Shorts become monetized, which is different than just getting a bunch of views, and have a steady income with those YouTube Shorts. You know, this isn't going to get you rich this week, but if you do these things, I'm confident it will provide you with steady income. So we're real people. We are going to share our real statistics, our real successes, and more importantly, maybe our real failures so you can avoid this. And we did this through trial and error. Yeah, the objective is that you will not have to go through the frustrating process of some of the lessons that we learned, and you can have a lot more successes and a lot fewer failures than we did. Think about it this way. If you want to be a YouTuber, which was, never our intent, we just fell into it, but think about it. If you've wanted to for a while, you've probably noticed that every 3 months, there's a new phase that comes through YouTube to get rich. You can get rich just by doing this, and for 3 months you can see there's literally hundreds of videos with people saying almost identical things, but the premise is this exact same discovery that people have made. And then 3 months later, some new discovery happens and people are getting rich quick this way. And that 3-month thing that happened before, you can't find those videos because they no longer apply if they ever did. So that may sound cynical, but it's leading me to a point. Here's the good news. There's one trend that has never gone out of style on YouTube. If you make good videos and you understand the algorithm enough to get those videos out there, you can have success. Now, what constitutes a good video really hasn't changed. The algorithm changes and gets updated, and there's lessons to be learned from that. But that combination things have always worked, and that's all we're going to talk about. It is just a 4-step process to set yourself up for steady income that's not going to be obsolete in 3 months. And number one is make a good short. This video is not about that. If you want us to do a video of how we actually create these shorts, most of the videos on YouTube you see of that involve pushing some particular computer program or website that you can join where you can spit out a bunch of shorts. We didn't join any website. We just make the shorts on our phone, and if you're interested how to do it, we'll show you that. There's certainly nothing wrong with using a website to assist you in your shorts, but our technique doesn't require any of that. So if you want us to do that video, put it in the comments. But that's step one. Step two is do the things necessary so that once you've made that good short, it can be pushed by YouTube and seen by YouTube video watchers. Number three, and this is sort of a companion to number two, in addition to doing the right things, you have to understand what the wrong things are that will keep your video out of the short feed. Just because you're taking the steps you need to take, it doesn't matter, because those can get canceled out by doing the wrong thing. And we've learned those mistakes the hard way. And these are the things that you don't see in anybody else's video that I want to share with you. And then number 4, the last, is sort of a companion to number 3. Everything's kind of building blocks. You not only want to do the things, avoid doing the things that will bury your video, in other words, keep it out of the shorts feed, you also want to avoid doing the things that will get your video banned. And we have had multiple videos banned, and we're going to share those experiences with you. Okay, a brief history of why we got into the YouTube game. We got into it by accident. We make full-length videos when we go to Italy or Mexico or Las Vegas. We make training videos from, our experience that we've had with Domino's. And occasionally, in making those videos, we have clips that in and of themselves, they have entertainment value. They're funny or they're cool or something like that, but they don't really fit in the story arc. When you make long videos, I guess I could make an instructional video about making full-length videos on YouTube. It is a different game, but you want them to have a story arc for somebody to watch for over 9 minutes. It needs to tell a story, and sometimes really good clips don't fit in those stories, so we posted them just as kind of a bonus to our subscribers, to the people that click the bell and get the alerts. We want more content for them that they can digest very quickly. I'm going to put up the first 2 shorts that we ever posted right now.
Our original plan was to just search out certain sponsors that we would have affiliate relationships with, but Angie's plan instead is just to mention. Wow, did you see that?
That shit popped off.
Oh my God, my wife is badass.
Babe, I'm drowning without you. I wanna ride the waves, wanna ride the wave with you.
So once again, there was no method or strategy. We just posted them when we had extra footage. We did it and forgot about it. But then something happened. Now, we don't have cable TV, but we were watching a friend's cable TV and we're watching wrestling. And The Rock shows up out of nowhere. The Rock had not been on TV for a long time. Now, a little background. Angie made a short of The Rock coming back, and it had a lot of purpose. Our daughter went to the same college as The Rock, and of course, we have friends that like The Rock, but also in our Patreon, one of the benefits of our Patreon is we discuss investment advice. Right now, for instance, we're really focused on dividends, so if anybody who's one of our Patreons has a stock that pays over 10% dividend, we want to know about it. But back then, we were recommending WWE stock. It was at $79 a share, and we were pretty convinced by the numbers it was going to sell somewhere between 10 and 12.5 billion. And at $79 a share, it was like a $7 billion company. So that seemed pretty easy. We bought it. It worked out. We sold it around 109. I think one of the people sold it at 111 or something like that. But that was the reason why we made the short. And it had 4,000 views on day 1, and for some reason we looked and noticed it. And it was actually produced income. Now all of a sudden, Angie, who is great at, artistic minutia, even though it's only a 60-second video, she started paying attention. Hey, maybe it's just because that one's really good, and started making, better ones. And she did one of Rhea Ripley. I'll show it to you. It got 9,000 views. And we were like, wait a minute here. Now, all of a sudden, we wanted to look at what videos aren't just good, what makes good videos, but what makes videos that get seen and pushed, because not all of them were. And after implementing some strategies, she did a video of The Undertaker, and that got 34,000 views. So now we started watching the videos I referenced earlier and started trying those things, and a lot of those things didn't work. So we started going through trial and error. The only way we can know that it's real advice is to try it and see if it works. So we did all of those things. And it was just up and down, a roller coaster of views and emotions, because, of course, when you work and try to make something good, you're upset if it doesn't do well. And then all of a sudden, one of the videos got 41,000. And we felt like we had the rules down, and eventually we wound up getting a video that had 200,000 views and almost 700 subscribers. I'll show that to you now.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
You don't seem to realize.
Okay, if you're a Rhea Ripley fan, you might be saying, well, wait a minute, that's the key, just do Rhea Ripley videos. Well, for a while we thought that too. Oh, it doesn't matter all these strategies as long as Rhea Ripley's in it. Nope, we did 2 Rhea videos that only got 500 views. I'm going to put those up here now for you to look at, but ask yourself, are these so much worse than the Rhea Ripley video that got 200,000 views? Important to know the difference between the videos with the same subject and quality that got 500 and 200,000. So we're going to provide you with those do's and don'ts that we learned. Number 1, do stick with the theme. Now, before the rock video, we made a video of me making a pizza that actually got 7,000 views and we didn't even notice. Maybe if we would have noticed that, we would have just started making a bunch of pizza making videos. I'm glad we didn't, because I don't think there's enough content possibilities there. But we know now that you need a theme, because when the YouTube algorithm decided our audience was wrestling, it rejected everything else. I'm going to show you a video now of Yalku. This is a place in Acamal, Mexico that we love. It's one of the great snorkeling secrets of the world, and it's very beautiful. So I'm going to let you watch it. Okay, that had only 300 views, despite the fact that it's better than some of the really successful wrestling videos. We eventually realized YouTube only wants wrestling shorts from us. So then we had a moment where Angie got another project that occupied her time. So she spent a day teaching me the process, and I started making the videos, but we had an immediate drop in viewers, like when I had been doing these shorts for a month, we had 100,000 less views than when Angie was doing them. And we couldn't figure out why, and we kept trying these things, and suddenly Angie realized I was not putting hashtag shorts. She had told me to put hashtag shorts. She had read that somewhere, but I just forgot about it, and I wasn't doing it. As soon as I started including that, our views went back up. So it seems like a teeny, eensy-weensy thing, but in the title, right after the title, you get the opportunity to put a few hashtags. The total between your title and your hashtags can only be 100 characters. You have to choose. You use trial and error like we did, but make sure one of them is hashtag shorts. Okay. Number 3, do use video enhancers. By that, I mean music, like sound effects, text, graphics. People's attention span is short. This morning, a study was released from Microsoft saying that the human attention span has now dropped for the first time ever below goldfish. Our attention span looking at screens is now an average of 8 seconds, where goldfish's attention span, which has always been the barometer for not having a large attention span, is 9 seconds. So I'm not here to be judgy, I'm just telling you these are facts. So you need to keep their attention. The way to do that is with these special effects. We've tried videos with enhancers, we've tried them without. The ones with enhancers do better. Okay, number 4, and this is a huge one. Do deliver what you promise. As we said, the goal of this video is to give you sustained income, to get you monetized. If your goal is to have one video that gets tons of views, you can get that with a clickbait title. But if you have this great thumbnail and then the title's wait for the tragic ending, and then there's no tragic ending, nobody's going to subscribe, nobody's going to watch any more videos, nobody's going to like it. YouTube's going to pick up with that, and then they're going to bury your whole channel. However, if it's the opposite of that, if you do a really good short, even if it doesn't have tons of views, it can really help you, because if you have one that says only 1,000 views, but the percentage of people who like it is high, the percentage of people who watched it who subscribed is high, the percentage of people who watched another one of your videos or somebody else's video afterwards is high, YouTube will push your next video. So that's key. You know, people talk about the initial pop that YouTube Shorts get and they dismiss it. Oh, they always get those few thousand at the beginning. Well, first of all, they don't. Check the channels that people talking about. They've got videos that have done nothing, as do we. So it doesn't always get pushed in the feed, but what they are saying, which is correct, is that most videos get a push in the feed and then they die. But we have had several videos that were really high quality that maybe weren't a clickbait thumbnail or a quick-make subject matter, but the people who watched them liked them, and they get that initial pop, and then they die. But when the YouTube algorithm catches up and says, oh, wait a minute, there's a lot of engagement in relation to the views, it will push it again. Because if people are watching 78% of the short that you put out, that's pretty good, but only 1,000 people watch it. Well, wait a minute, what if we have 10,000 people watch it? So quality is very important to get beyond that initial pop, okay? Speaking of the initial pop, number 5, do strategize when to publish your shorts. You should strategize by experimenting publishing your shorts at different times. I can tell you for our channel, oh, sorry, I hit the mic there. For our channel, we do the best publishing Tuesdays and Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. That doesn't mean I'm telling you to do that. You have different content. You may not be that way, but it is easier to figure out. Once you have 20 shorts and you've put them at different times, go to this graph in YouTube Studio. It tells you when your audience is watching, when your audience is watching your videos. That should give you a great guideline. And then you combine that with writing down the date, the day of the week, and the time that you release each short, and notice the pattern. It'll be easy to remember when you have, if none of your shorts that you release at night do well, you need to release them in the morning or the afternoon. If none of the shorts you release on Sunday or Monday do well, avoid those days. If Friday and Saturday are your big days, make sure those are the ones that get short. Pay attention to the details. It will really happen. Now, here's another thing I've never heard anybody talk about, because, of course, these videos want you to think you can automate 40,000 shorts and be rich. So they avoid what's called the release gap. You need to pay attention to the release gap. There have been times where, like, we've realized, oh wait, short's been out for an hour, it has 1 view, it has not been in the shorts feed, something's wrong, and then we'll realize, like the time Angie said, oh, you didn't put hashtag shorts. We immediately deleted that video, put the almost identical video out with hashtag shorts, and it did nothing. We have had no luck doing back-to-back shorts, even when it wasn't an error, when it was just simply we were targeting different audiences that needed to be targeted at the same time. We've had no luck. We've had no luck doing a short in the morning and then doing a short in the evening. Now, I've heard anecdotal evidence, I've not seen any empirical evidence, only anecdotal evidence that other channels have had success doing that. If you have, please put it in the comments. I think that almost certainly most, if you have consistent content, can release, say, at 10 a.m. one every single day and have success with that. But you need to look. Your audience might be watching at a different time. Pay attention to the period of time between the shorts that you release. Number 7, do have an exciting thumbnail. So it needs to be exciting enough to intrigue them, but not deceive them. As I touched on it earlier, if they click on the thumbnail, it's the same premise. If the video is unrelated to the thumbnail, or the thumbnail promises something the video doesn't deliver, yeah, you've still tricked them into giving that view, but they're not subscribing, they're not liking, they're not watching any other videos, and the algorithm will become your enemy. You don't want that. Number 8, related to number 7, you want the same stuff for the content of your video. You want it to be exciting and engaging, but just like your thumbnail, both the thumbnail and the content with YouTube Shorts should not use violence or blood or female skin, not nudity, I don't want to say, but just a certain amount of female skin to make it exciting. If there's other things that you guys have put in your videos that, or thumbs that have gotten them buried, let me know. But those have been very clear. I'm not, listen, this isn't a religious thing. I'm not saying violence and, the female form is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just, if that's what entertains you, have at it. I'm just saying it's simply a fact. They don't push them like maybe a TikTok would or Instagram. I don't know. Those aren't forums I'm as familiar with. The computer scans for inappropriate material like that, and it can either ban your short outright or it will just bury it. Now, there's an appeals process. We have appealed videos, and we've won, like I say, all of our appeals, but one have been victorious. But the problem is that you win the appeal, but your video came out 3 days ago. If your video came out 3 days ago and they haven't put it in the feed, it's never going to get into the feed. So it really is essentially the same difference. The appeal is a waste of time. I'll find a couple of videos that either got banned or buried here, and actually I'll put some that got banned and then we won the appeal, but still don't have any views, so you get an idea of that. Okay, number 9, do choose a song that will enhance the video. But if that song has profanity, choose a different song. Now you may say to yourself, well, you should end this one now. We get it. Profanity bad, no profanity good. But there are a couple of traps that you could run into, and I know that because we've run into both of these traps that will bury a video. The first is, the way the music works is I'll include a screen recording here, but either before you've edited or after you've edited, there's a couple of opportunities where you can add a song, and they have a huge database. Not every song is in their database, but a lot of songs are. Just because it's in their database does not mean that choosing that song won't hammer you. Now, it may mean that it won't get banned. Somebody can tell in the comments whether it will get you banned. Even there's a song in their database that'll get you banned. That hasn't happened to us. But what has happened to us is we've thought, oh yeah, there's some cuss words in that, but it's in their database, so it should be fine, and then it wasn't fine. So you need to understand that. You can search for clean versions if you think that's really a song that you absolutely have to have, but any profanity in the song will bury you. Now here's a second trap that you can fall into. We had a video where we chose a song, we thought it was perfect, we put it in the background, realized there is a couple of cuss words in the song. So what we did was, before publishing it, I should make that clear, we moved. You can go under adjust, and you can adjust at what point the song starts. Almost always it defaults to the very beginning of the song, and I think a lot of people believe that they choose it for you and they choose the clip for you. No, you can go under adjust and you can adjust when the song starts. In most cases, you can adjust it so none of the profanity actually winds up in your clip. So we tried that, we thought it was good, it doesn't matter. That's not how the algorithm works. All of the songs that are in their database, they know, and they know which ones have profanity. They might let you create the YouTube short, but they're not going to put it in the YouTube feed if it has profanity. And it doesn't matter what part of the song you use, they will automatically assume that there's profanity. Number 10, and finally, do take advantage of fair use. This is something that a lot of people learn the hard way. I want you to avoid doing it. You can use footage from sporting events, from wrestling events, from TV shows, from movies, but it all has to be under fair use. Fair use is a clip of under 15 seconds where you're not using their actual soundtrack, okay? And that's the technical rule, but there are other things that can make the algorithm convinced that you've violated fair use. Number one is if a logo or a watermark or it is on the screen. You have to crop that out. You may be not violating the rules of fair use, but if they see a logo or a watermark or a banner, they're going to assume that you have violated it. And even though, like I said, if you win your appeal, it's not going to matter. Then the other thing is pay-per-view events. Do not use clips from pay-per-view events because they will ban you. It'll just be a waste of time. Now, listen, they want you. The reason they could ban all these videos, but they don't because they want publicity. If you are taking a clip from a broadcast or an event that was free, in our case, almost always, it is providing publicity for a pay-per-view or a subscription service event. They like that. But if you cross the line and actually put coverage from the pay-per-view, they don't like that. Those are the 10 rules. Just stick to those and you'll be fine. I'm sure there's other rules. We might have to do an updated video later. Make sure you subscribe if you want to get the alerts on that. If you want us to do a video as to how we actually make these shorts on our phones, just let us know. We can make a video about that relatively easy. We are preparing a video on various passive income things that we do to be able to support ourselves while we make these YouTube videos for you. If you want us to put that one in a long-term video sooner rather than later, let us know. And you know, this is a channel for you. We want to put out the content you want, and we will see you next time on The Four Chains.